We are gathered here today to really celebrate and appreciate the sexiness of Tremaine Alden Neverson. Okay, this man is a beautiful man. God took his time when crafting this man, giving him the right ingredients, the right amount of things that we require, that I require, in order to really just turn me on and get these juices flowing. This is my man, okay? He is beautiful. And I just want to start off by saying, hey, just in case you ever come across this. Hello, Trey. Hey, Tremaine. Love you. Mwah, mwah. If you need an astrologer, my information is in the description box. We can talk. We can do other things. We can talk. Okay. So what's up, YouTube? This is your girl, Megan from the HoodAstroQ. Welcome back to my channel, cousins. However, if this is your first time joining me on today, hello, welcome to my channel. It's here that we use information from celestial bodies to help us gain a better understanding of our favorite celebrities, world events, but most importantly, ourselves. So subscribe to join the family, thumbs up this video to grow the channel, and click that notification bell so that way you will be alerted when I make a new post. So, as you can see, and as you might have caught on by now, today we're going to talk about the 5 instances in which Trey Songz has showed the world that he is, in fact, a Scorpio South Node. Now, I had a difficult time really trying to figure out where I wanted to go with this video, just because Trey Songz is a very loaded individual. He's a very interesting character. He has shown a lot of instances where, in my opinion, he's definitely lived up to his sun sign. Shout out Sagittarius, Sag gang out there, gang, gang. All right. And he's my birthday twin, like bae. However, I digress. He's lived up to a lot of his Sagittarian sun qualities, but at the same time, in my opinion, I feel like his Scorpio South Node definitely shines through and has had a very significant impact on, his career, as well as just him as a celebrity. So we're going to talk about that. So the first time that Trey Songz showed that he was a Scorpio South Node was right after his first album. Maybe it wasn't right afterwards, but somewhere between the early thousands versus the early 2010s, his image took a very drastic turn, okay? When he first came out, his very first song, I will never forget, was that song where he had the cornrows, and it was just gotta make it, just gotta make it. And he was just like this cute little, khaki colored Negro. And then it's just like, I woke up one day and his music became so sexual. It was so sexual, honey. It was all about the sex. And you would think I invented sex. And I bet the neighbors know my name. Love faces. Everywhere you turn, but it sounded amazing. And as the years went on, this kind of became what Trey Songz was known for. And it added to his appeal. He was the king. He was the king of sexually charged music, for lack of a better way to put it. And this was heavily influenced by his Scorpio South Node, as Scorpio South Nodes do have a lot of karma tied to the areas involving sex. A lot of these people, and it could go 2 ways. You have the types who maybe are prone to experiencing issues with expressing that part of themselves, issues with expressing their sexuality, or quite literally, because Scorpio deals with the genitalia, maybe they could experience some type of issues with their genitalia, or something that could keep them from really engaging in that. But you also have the ones who are just hypersexual, like very sexual. And a lot of these people, both types actually, could have been victims of sexual abuse. Not all, but many, 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 many are. And another example of this, which may not be good for Trey, but it's an example nonetheless, is R. Kelly. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Okay. I don't really want to compare my baby to R. Kelly for obvious reasons. But I would be remiss if I didn't make that point. Okay. Lots of Scorpio South Nodes in this lifetime, they have to wrestle with that part of their sexuality because it kind of rules them. It rules them. It dominates their lives and a lot of their actions. And they often lead with that. Now, in terms of Trey Songz, it influencing, which Scorpio being the sign of like the influencer, it influencing his music has yielded positive results. But in other areas of his life, I'm pretty sure it has only managed to complicate stuff. And another reason that I know this is because Scorpio is also the sign of infections, STDs, STIs, so on and so forth. So these are also people who need to be very careful about how they operate and navigate that arena, because they are prime candidates. Now, to be fair, anybody with any kind of placements are susceptible to disease and infection. However, your Scorpio dominants, right? Pluto dominants are on the top of the list. These are people who can really mess around and catch something they can't get rid of, if you catch my drift. And so I'm not saying this about my baby. Once again, I don't know. I'm really trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, y'all. I just want you to be our man. Just call me, babe. Call me. Call me, babe. If this ain't true, then, just let it fly, baby. But, hey, I got to say it. I got to speak truth to facts. It is what it is. Now, the second instance in which Trey Songz revealed to the world that he was a Scorpio South Node, this was more so indirectly because he didn't necessarily reveal this, but someone else did. So the infamous groupie Selena Powell, all right, she's a young woman who has managed to sleep with every single rapper, every single black singer in Hollywood. How? I have no clue, because she literally looks like a used Q-tip. I mean, I don't see the appeal. I'm not even against thoughts. I just don't understand what's so special about this particular thought, other than she's not black. But we ain't even finna get off in that. Different video for a different day. Anywho, she or one of her friends did an interview basically where they revealed that they had not only slept with Trey Songz, but that he engaged in certain activities that made them feel uncomfortable. Mind you, they didn't mention the part where they never dealt with him again, because I'm pretty sure they did. But nonetheless, they said that he was into some stuff that was very different for them. And one of those things being he was into the girls were saying that Tremaine was into golden showers, which automatically brought me right back full circle to his Scorpio South Node brother, R. Kelly. And it didn't make me feel good. I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. But I don't kink shame as long as everything is consensual. I don't know. I mean, the way in which the girl was describing the interview, I mean, I'm guessing it was. I don't know. She was kicking it like she had a problem with it. And so if that's the case, maybe it wasn't consensual. Okay. Which is wrong. Dead ass wrong. I wouldn't want nobody pissing on me, because I will go to jail if that ever occurred. But, whatever. Like, so there's that. And that's very Scorpio South Node, just because Scorpio does deal with waste, bodily waste. And a lot of Scorpio South Nodes, in that same vein of them being hypersexual, Scorpio deals with fetishes, and it also deals with taboo, right? So we're talking about those just nasty, kinky fetishes that would typically make somebody else's stomach turn. And when you add that in with Scorpio dealing with bodily waste, excrements, a lot of these people can even be into scat. Y'all go look up scat. Google scat if you don't know what I'm talking about. They could be into all kinds of stuff. So that was not surprising either. And I'm like, yeah, he's definitely a Scorpio South Node for sure. For sure. In fact, if other placements permit, these people can be just straight up sexual deviants. So, yeah. Now, the third time that Trey Songz revealed to the world that he was a Scorpio South Node was when he essentially collaborated with everybody and their damn mama over the course of his career. Now, while it may be very commonplace for a lot of artists to do features or to be featured on songs and so on and so forth, when we talk about Scorpio South Nodes, Scorpio is the sign of collaboration bar none. It deals with working and dealing with other people, engaging in joint projects with other people. And Trey Songz is particularly known for a lot of his features. And for you guys who may be a little older, okay, or even if you're not, just take some time if you care enough to just do a little bit of research. But my man's has been featured on so many other people's records. I mean, everybody from Twista. He did features with Drake. He's done features with Carrie Hilson. I mean, and so on and so forth. The list is endless, and it would be really hard to just name all of them off the top of my head. But yeah, he's definitely known for a lot of his features, and Scorpio dominant individuals tend to be that way. No matter what line of career that they have, they work best when they're dealing with other people, when they're collaborating with other people. And this is actually what makes them really good artists. So a lot of rappers and singers with heavy Scorpio energy, a lot of times people will know them primarily for their features, or, they'll be very popular at least. A really good example of this is Future. Okay, Future is a Scorpio sun, but he's done joint albums with Drake. And my man's is, always being featured on somebody's song, or has been, at least for the past 10 years. Same thing with Drake, who's also a Scorpio sun and is one of the ultimate feature kings. In fact, they call his features the stimulus package. Once Drake hop on your song, it boosts you up. Or at least it's supposed to. Or it could really just drain you into oblivion, because Scorpios can be parasites who just leech off of your energy. But once again, different video for a different day. But point of the matter is collaboration. Trey Songz definitely fits the bill for that. Now, the fourth time that Trey Songz revealed that he was a Scorpio South Node was during his encounter with Keke Palmer, which technically, this is something else that he may not have necessarily revealed himself, but it was revealed about him. Keke Palmer basically came forward one day after being in a video of his, or being viewed in the background of one of the videos that he shot at the moment. And when questioned about it, she was like, "Oh, I didn't consent to be in that video." And she went even further to say that I was sexually intimidated, and Trey Songz made me feel uncomfortable to the point where I had to hide in the closet, and I don't feel comfortable being around him. And then people were looking at her like she was crazy, or acting like she was lying on him, and so on and so forth. And then he even did an interview with The Breakfast Club where they asked him about it, and then he insinuated that she was lying. However, as a Scorpio South Node, these are individuals who can be very manipulative. Okay, these are people who could even engage in, sexual intimidation, as she described. They're very forceful people. And what you won't do to a Scorpio South Node is ignore them, or try to, keep them from having the upper hand in the situation. And once again, if other factors in the chart permit, they can be, deviance in that regard. So like forcing somebody to either have sex with you literally, which would make you a rapist, or intimidating someone, or employing little tactics to kind of mess with a person's mind. All of that is very Scorpio South Node. These are people who in this lifetime need to learn how to resist the temptation to toy with other people, to manipulate and play on other people in order to get what they want. Okay, they need to develop some goddamn morals and values and shit in this lifetime. And so, yeah, when I discovered he was a Scorpio South Node, I kind of reconsidered the way I looked at Keke Palmer, because sis wasn't lying. I don't think she was lying. And then the fifth and final thing that Trey Songz basically did to reveal to the world that he was a Scorpio South Node was just be a bad boy. Okay, a bad boy. These are people who can be wild, and people got a really good firsthand understanding of this after he got arrested a few years ago for beating up some police officers and I also heard rumors about him jumping into the crowds and fighting the fans back in the day, and all just kind of stuff. And now a lot of this could also be attributed to him being a Sagittarius, because Sagittarians, we do have tempers on us. And a lot of us can find ourselves in trouble with the law because of our tempers. Because once you get those mutable signs going, it's good night, Irene. After that, they slapping you, your mama, the baby in the stroller, the old man next to you. It's over with. But also that Scorpio South Node can create this kind of bad boy archetype. Even somebody who could have been involved in crime. I would even equate this to your thugs, right? Your gangsters. And even when he describes himself earlier on in his career, he described himself as the R&B thug or R&B gangster. It made me think like, okay, even back before he became mainstream, I'm wondering if Trey Songz was ever really in the streets like that. Because he could have definitely been with that Scorpio South Node. These are also people who could just be in that same lane of like deviancy. They could be troublemakers. They could be people who have a hard time really following the straight and narrow, which is why it's so important for them to cultivate and embrace that Taurus North Node, which requires them to really straighten up and fly right, or at the very least remove themselves from scenarios where they're around other people like that. They have to learn how to set the standard, set the bar high, and engage, in some type of decency. And so, yeah, this concludes my top 5 instances in which Trey Songz has revealed to the world, or somebody else then revealed to the world, that he was a Scorpio South Node. I didn't realize this was so long. I guess I had to take a little extra time when it came to my boat. So y'all drop down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this whole situation. What do you think about Trey Songz? And yeah, make sure you practice unconditional self-love so that you can love others. And until the next video, I holla.